Pierre-Hugues Herbert scored 2 singles wins in both Doha and Melbourne, and he will now play in the semi-final at home in Montpellier after a 7-5, 7-6 win over the third seed Denis Shapovalov in an hour and 44 minutes. Despite not hitting too many aces, Pierre-Hugues played better on both the first and second serve, fending off 2 out of 3 break points he faced and stealing Denis' serve twice from 8 opportunities to seal the deal and enter the first semi-final since Shenzhen last year. The young Canadian opened the match with a double fault that gave Pierre-Hugues a break in the momentum before he leveled the score at 3-3 following a backhand error from the Frenchman in Game 6. Denis had to dig deep in the next game to stay on the positive side of the scoreboard, fending off 5 break points for a 4-3 before Herbert found the way to move ahead with a forced error from Shapovalov in Game 11, saving 2 break points in the next game to bring the set home with a forehand winner. Both players served well in set number 2, and unlike against Marcel Granollers on Thursday, Denis was unable to prevail in the deciding moments, with Pierre-Hugues blasting an ace down the tee line at 6-4 in the tie-break to secure the place in the semi-final where he will face Tsonga and Berdych. 2012 champion had to save 2 match points against Filip Krajinovic in a hard-fought 7-6, 6-7, 7-5 win in 2 hours and 42 minutes for already his 10th win of the season. This was the first match between 2 players ranked outside the top 70, and almost nothing could separate them, with 4 break points up for grabs for both players and just 4 points more on Tsonga's tally. The Czech served at only 51%, although he managed to draw the most from the initial shot, losing serve twice and stealing Phillips on 3 occasions to perform a great escape after trailing 5-3 in the deciding set. The first set saw some good serving from the Serb, and Tsonga stayed in touch after surviving 2 games with deuces, winning the tie-break 7-3 to move closer to the finish line. The drama had only begun, though, despite a break for Tsonga in the 7th game of the second set after a drive volley winner. Serving for the match at 5-4, the Czech hit a double fault to keep Filip in contention and losing the tie-break 7-5 thanks to a backhand down-the-line winner from the Serb, who had the strings of the match in his hands now. Krajinovic grabbed an early break in the decider with a backhand winner, and he served for the win at 5-3, creating 2 match points that could have pushed him into the last 4. Berdych erased those with 2 quick points, holding with a service winner and pulling the break back in Game 10 with a powerful forehand that made him the favorite. The more experienced player won 8 of the last 10 points, sealing the deal with another forehand winner in Game 12 for a break at 15 and another triumph on the comeback trail. The world know. 210 Jo-Wilfried Tsonga suffered a severe knee injury at this tournament a year ago, and just like Berdych, he is playing great tennis again, advancing into the last 4 for the second time in 2019 after Brisbane. Jo needed 2 hours and 44 minutes to oust the 6th seed Jeremy Chardy 6-7, 7-6, 6-4, beating the fellow Frenchman for the 4th time in 5 matches and the first in 5 years. Tsonga blasted 18 aces, and he fends off all 3 break points he faced, keeping the pressure on the other side of the net all the time, but having to give his best to emerge as a winner after squandering 12 of the 13 break points he created. Jeremy won the opening set tie-break 8-6 before Jo responded in the second, setting up a decider where he had the upper hand in the closing stages, creating 9 break points in the last 2 return games and converting the last one in Game 10 to cross the finish line first, and set the semi-final clash against Radu Albot.